Now, there's a massive jump in the COVID cases across India. The country has reported 22,775 new COVID cases and 406 deaths in the last 24 hours. Several states across India has reported a huge spike there in COVID numbers on New Year's Eve. Maharashtra has the worst hit as 8,067 COVID cases been reported, followed by West Bengal and Kerala. The country's Omicron tally has reached 1,431, with Maharashtra recording the highest cases at 454, followed by Delhi at 351, Tamil Nadu at 118. A total of 488 people have recovered from the new variant so far. In a bid to contain the spread of the virus, several states has issued COVID curbs. Mumbai police has now prohibited citizens from visiting beaches, sea faces, gardens or any other public places from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. until January 15th. Section 144 has also been extended until the 15th of January. Tamil Nadu imposed fresh restrictions in the state until Jan 31st. Now, there will be no in-person classes for students of grades 1 to 8 until January 10th. Play schools, nursery schools and sports schools all to be denied permission to operate. Restaurants, theatres, entertainment and amusement parks will be allowed with half the occupancy. Let me cut across to Saurabh Bhaktania joining us live for more. Saurabh, we know that cases in Maharashtra seems to be on a steady rise. It's a worrying trend as the Omicron threat looms large. You have 10 ministers and 20 MLAs in Maharashtra who's been tested positive. In fact, they've come positive for COVID-19, with your Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar warning public that if situation worsens, embrace stricter curbs.
Well, absolutely, Nabila, because you see in last 5 days of the winter session which took place, most of the ministers and many of the MLAs have tested positive for coronavirus. Now, many of the Mantralaya staff have also been tested positive. Now, today it was Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar who said that if the cases continues to rise in such a way, then a lockdown can be imposed in the state of Maharashtra. Now, this is the second minister who has said this thing. Earlier, it was Vijay Wadettiwar who has also given a statement. There is a continuous rise in coronavirus cases, and if such cases continues to rise, then we can also impose a complete lockdown in the state of Maharashtra. The major concern, Nabila, right now is the city of Mumbai, where there are highest cases have been reported, highest cases of Omicron have been reported. In just few days of time, over thousands of cases have been reported. So this is the major concern right now. Situation has been monitored. Marriages restriction are there, that for the marriages and other events only 50 people will be allowed. For final rites only 20 people will be allowed. The public places, the mainly attraction point of Mumbai city are the sea faces and the beaches. So at that places it will be completely shut down for common people for evening 5 to morning 5. But this is not going to stop over here. The task force, the doctors expert told India Today that there are high chances that Omicron have already into a community spread in city of Mumbai. So this is a major concern, and therefore the officials are right now preparing themselves that the wards, the BMC hospitals and all should be prepared. The LMO, that is the liquid medical oxygen, should be sufficient enough so that if the situation arises, they don't have to, there should not be a panic situation. But there is also an appeal made to the people that they follow social distancing norm and wear mask continuously. Behind me, if you can see, this is the market area of Andheri. Many of the people we are seeing that they are not wearing masks. If they are wearing masks, the masks are not worn properly. So it's an appeal to the official that people wear masks and follow social distancing norm.
All right, Saurabh, thank you very much for joining us with those details. I'm here you see on your television screens, bringing to our viewers, several cities in India, including that of Lucknow, Chennai, Goa, Gurugram, you have Ranchi and several places across the country now that you saw New Year's Eve in full swing. People there came in large numbers to celebrate despite restrictions in place. In fact, Tamil Nadu was one of the first cities or states that came up with curbs ahead of New Year's, ahead of the festive season itself. As of now, if I can take you through, in Tamil Nadu itself, we're looking at only 50% capacity for restaurants that's allowed. Wedding, only 100 guests at max who will be allowed to attend. 50 people at max for funerals. And then we have indoor sports auditoriums, gyms, yoga classes, again 50% capacity only that's allowed. And like I did mention, indoor sports, only 50%, any kind of auditorium, not more than half the seating only. And then you have classes between 9 to 12 that will be allowed, but they've got to strictly adhere to COVID protocols. And then you have what's not allowed. In fact, here, social and political gatherings have been completely banned in Tamil Nadu. Exhibitions, book fairs have been postponed in Tamil Nadu. And then you also have play schools and kindergarten that will remain closed until further notice. And classes 1 to 8 as well, shut until the 10th of January.